All right. Hello, everyone at Sophia University. My name is Elijah Kupets, and I'm a second year student at the University of Akron. For question number one, we have watched Eternal Zero, and I liked most of it. We watched it in Japanese with English subtitles, so there were some things that were hard to understand just reading the subtitles. One part that I found interesting was seeing Japan's side of things during the war. In America, we never really get to see other countries' perspectives, especially during World War One and World War Two. And Eternal Zero showed us that. For question number two, the movie that has been my favorite so far and made the biggest impact on me was Your Name. This movie drew me in right from the start. It was kind of mysterious at the beginning. And as the movie went on, I grew more attached to both Taki and Mitsuha, just wanting them to meet and stuff. The part that I did cry during the movie, and the part that made me cry was when Mitsuha read her hand, and Taki wrote "I love you." Um, this movie was compelling, beautifully animated, and overall, it was my favorite one so far. For number three, we've gone over a lot of terms during this class, and there are two terms that really stood out to me. Number one was the first one we went over, which was gambari, and the second one is wabi sabi. In America, people view work differently than Japan. Here, it isn't really normal to think about work when you're home or during your free time. We separate work time and free time. So it was kind of weird to see that just with Gambari, people in America work hard, but in Japan it seemed like Gambari is more of an obsession, and all of your time is dedicated just to what you're working towards or what you're working on. Um, so it was kind of interesting seeing how hard people work in Japan. And the second one was a wabi sabi. Um, Wabi Sabi intrigued me because Yuki Sensei, she had a hard time kind of describing it. She said that like really the only way that you can know what it is if you've seen it. Um, we don't really have anything to compare to here in America, so I had a hard time understanding exactly like what it means. Um, Number four, what would I like to know more about? I would love to know more about what Japanese people my age do for fun. I'm sure there are things that like we both do and that we have in common, but I know that there's things that we do differently. Things that aren't really done here but are done in Japan and vice versa. Number five, if I were to teach this class about America instead, I would probably talk about the American dream. It's a term that we use quite often. It's kind of like when someone's life takes like a turn for the better, or like their future is promising, where they how they currently are. And the movie that I would show to represent this is The Great Gatsby, that was made in 2013. Many people view like the American dream, like generally it's like, oh, being rich and having lots of money and buying luxurious things. But this movie shows that money doesn't really buy happiness. So that's what I liked about it. All right, and number six. Do I have any questions? I have two off the top of my head. Number one is, what is everyone's favorite anime? It can be a TV show or a movie or anything like that. Right in America currently, a really really popular one is My Hero Academia, and then another one is Tokyo Ghoul. Those two are really popular. So it's interesting to see how big both of those are, if they're just as big in Japan. And number two, how do you guys view America? Here, my general view on Japan, you got like everyone there seems very very hospitable, very gracious and respectful. So I want to know what you guys view America as. Do you guys think it's great, okay, or bad? Um, that's something that I thought about. So That's it. Thanks to everyone for watching this, and have a good rest of your day.